You're still watching Ways. Now today is supposed to be an international holiday in the United States, right? As they approach the first day of summer, as June 11th marks the calendar to celebrate National Corn on the Cob Day. Now, fresh corn on the cob is a summertime treat. I'm just reading this. Where people from all corners of the United States, you know, they look forward to starting their picnics and having corn on the cob. I say, something that we're eating every day.
Every day.
You know, that was also like, and they just thought we were soul. You know, we were and corn, especially this.
If you're a corn lover, actually, they touched your soul. You know.
When I was pregnant.
So you're craving.
There was one video of
like
eating corn.
And it's not any roasted corn. Coconut and pear.
Okay.
Coconut and pear and roasted corn. And we sit down with my pregnancy. I'll just be eating.
Wow.
Wow. I can't pass roasted corn. Oh no. God has delivered me.
But corn is quite tasty though.
Yeah,
corn is tasty.
Corn is an amazing. So when there is corn on a cob, I say, I bet which other corn do we know in Nigeria? That's what you see.
Corn in a can.
So I was talking to my sister. She said, "Kai, there's one thing that because she doesn't live in Nigeria, that the only thing she misses is our food." I said, "At least thank God there's something good about Nigeria."
I think everybody misses the food when they
go out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to and you know. Especially if you're staying for a short time, you don't mind. You just want to buy it, please. You can't even wait. You know? I think it's
So both of you have similar stories. So let me start with Isi first.
Okay.
Then you would follow up because it's the same June 12th transaction. Then I would not talk my own.
June 12th transaction.
Okay. My story is on the activist Deji Adeyanju. He says that protest is the only language that Buhari understands, and he is saying this based on the context that he's slamming the president for saying that NSAS protesters plan to remove him from office. Meanwhile, what they protested for or protested against was the fact that we had issues with security and what's it called? The policemen were not properly, taken care of, and police brutality at the time. So currently, what he is saying that is, they are going on a protest to not to topple the government, but to protest against insecurity, rising food.
So who are they?
The organizers
the
of
organization,
the June 12th.
the organizers of the June 12th.
Probably when I come to mind. So it looks like more than one faction that are planning this. So there's no congregated body, but you have different bodies.
That's where I'm also looking at. I'm looking at the fact that we still haven't understood the government we're dealing with. We need to re-strategize. We need to, go out, think outside the box. Not the same way we usually, go out and go after.
Really, what's the use of a protest?
We haven't actually achieved much with the last one, even with
NSAS.
but
people would actually beg to differ to say that. They will beg to differ to say that, well, if you notice all the things that have been happening, the recent happenings about the cryptocurrency, the recent Twitter ban and all of that, it is the fear of what happened with the NSAS
protest.
So it is almost like the aftermath of the NSAS. So they are also trying so hard to make sure that
the ripple effect is still there.
The ripple effect is
so
there.
I think that was a very strong indication that the people now have a voice. So you can't. I think we do.
Twitter ban is still on.
It doesn't matter. Why did they ban? If you did not have a voice, they would not ban it in the first place. So you were using the platform and you were saying a lot of things that were affecting people. And I think that all these concerted efforts towards numbing what people are saying is showing that this talk is actually getting somewhere.
It's going places.
Yeah, and I think that the Sorosoke movement was a very powerful way to come and say the people can revolt, the people have a voice and the people can act. Now, whether or not that was when the way some people had wanted it to go is another discussion to be had.
Absolutely.
But did it stir up conversations? Did it move the international scene to really look at what is happening
to
and
Nigeria.
pay attention to us, even for Nigerians themselves?
It got the attention that it did. It was so.
But do we have to go embark on another protest to achieve this?
I really don't feel the need for it.
I don't feel
let me hear
we
a
have
history.
to.
Okay, so in the spirit of protest, The National Association of Nigerian Students have suspended their planned strike. So if you were following the story, they had come out to say tomorrow, June 12th, we're going to protest. And it was basically layered on the fact of the kidnapped students. They wanted better governance. And they have come to say, please, we have just noticed that, there's a lot of tension. There's a security issue. And then also there's security forces stand by to resist. So for the sake of to protect the lives of the students and also to ensure that they do not serve as the conduit pipe for political aggravation and then other people just spreading their agenda.
As a tool, yeah.
Yes.
Said, please, the NAS is no longer a part of this, and NAS would look for another time when it is safer to come out, because to protest is your right. It's your right to protest against anything, but they're saying this may not be the right time to do that.
Sorry.
You're hanging up there.
So now this is where I yesterday I tried to just give a referral about the president's speech. But I mean, Isi just brought my attention to something that was very pivotal that he said, and which is what I keep saying, that why do you always think that, and I think I mentioned it yesterday, why do you always think that every time there is, it's like us and them situation, and it's a situation of you are trying to overthrow my government.
Oust me out of office.
Because he made a statement that, those like those
statements.
No, the one he talked about, the NSAS, that those people, those young youths that came and wanted to remove me from office. It's not about you. It is about bad leadership, bad governance. It is about corruption. It is about
better life,
better Nigeria,
better infrastructure,
better services from our men in the police force. So when you see it that way, you will not see that it's personal. It's not personal, It's not.
Like this, there is a school of thought out there right now saying that the president has a different mindset, and the kind of people and the advisors he has around him are giving him or feeding him with the wrong information that they shouldn't be giving to him.
And that's why even if you had listened to that interview, you would see that I think the biggest problem that we have are the people around him. His advisors.
I was going to say, everybody knows that. You see the actions they take.
At some point, somebody told me that even if you have morons around you, you will not
use your head.
That was what somebody was saying
but
to me when I was having that conversation.
Why would I want to stress myself when I'm not actually in the... Why would I want to stress myself if I have people who are designated to do what they're supposed to do? Is what they report to me I would take.
No, but
I'm trying to look at it from the other perspective.
You're looking at it as if you cut this fabric and you make different clothes, and the fabric will change. The fabric will still be cotton. So I don't know why you think that one part of this fabric will just change and begin to reason well. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so in the spirit of what we're talking about, the future of banking, my story is Nigeria's central bank may launch a digital currency pilot in 2021. Now, they said that speaking at an online news briefing on Thursday, Rekia Mohammed, I think she's the CBN, she's one of the directors in CBN, right?
Yes.
That she said, an information technology specialist at the Central Bank of Nigeria said that the entity has been exploring a possible CBDC for over 2 years now, according to the report that they have been researching. So that we will not come and say it's called cryptocurrency. So they are telling you that
targeting you.
It's me they were targeting. So that before the end of the year, the central bank will be making a special announcement on the possible launching of the pilot scheme in order to be able to provide this kind of currency to the populace. I know Nigeria is right because they saw how Nigerians are really big on cryptocurrency and all those digital currencies and all of that. So, but I'm just wondering, when I said this, AK will come at me. That's saying, I've been saying it since. So now they have brought out the agenda. Because I've said it since that I think the reason that this clamped down all of that is that CBN had not seen
personal interest.
Yes, CBN had not seen the money in it for them. So now they have said that, they are going to be bringing their own currency. My own question is that, will Nigerians trust them? with all these our fluctuations and all of that.
My take is so you know that I think a few weeks ago, has it been up to a month, the US made the same announcement that the government was going to introduce its own cryptocurrency. So I'm beginning to think, is this one of those our copy and paste. Please forgive me.
No, but she said that one of the reasons.
Is it 2 years ago? I've heard.
Wait, now she said one of the reasons. I will answer you because it's you that always attacking me. It will be easy to make transfer remittance. You understand, into the country. I said before the pandemic hit, there was a dip in remittance worldwide. So Nigeria received more than 5 billion in remittance quarterly. But because of the whatever, all those things dipped. So this will make it easy.
But we always knew that. We always knew that, it took away some of the barriers that we had with, this sort of transaction. But my take is, I was going to come to that. Now, when we introduce that, will we compete with what is in the market? Meaning that will we lift up the ban on cryptocurrency? We will now have a new regulation,
And I want to add, and that crypto was quick. I mean, their process was so seamless that they bypassed, you understand, the CBN. So would they be able to measure if they start to bring all those charges, you understand? Because there's no how CBN would do it and not put charges.
I think that
so would they be competitive enough with what is in the regular market?
That was what I was going to say. Because basically, anything that enters federal government dies a natural death. Or it becomes so cumbersome.
It's okay.
We don't know. I was not there.
Off your mic. Deji is the specialist. He will tell us after the break what the future will be. Stay with us.